Hello, could I speak to Saida Reddy?
Yes, speaking.
Hi Saida, my name is Srinivas. I'm calling from Oracle actually.
Yes, Srinivas. Nice to talk.
I think you might have spoken to my team member Anil Nanda from
Yes.
India.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Is it okay time to talk now?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Hi Saida. So just wanted to briefly touch upon this opportunity at Oracle. So has Anil given you a little bit background about what this job opportunity is?
Yes, already he given. Overall he gave like a Devops engineer mainly and the exact
Correct. Yeah. So Saida, where are you currently based out of?
I'm in Bangalore.
You're in Bangalore, is it?
Yes, I'm in Bangalore.
You are looking for change either in Bangalore or it can be in Hyderabad also?
Yeah, no problem. Anywhere in no problem. Bangalore or Andhra Pradesh. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. No problem for me. It's Hyderabad also.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay. So you are okay for going to Hyderabad too?
Yes.
Not a problem. Okay. Saida, I'll just give you a little bit background about this position so that way you are aware of the big picture,
Okay.
what we are trying to do.
Okay.
So basically, I manage this HCM release and operations team.
Okay.
We are currently having developers in about 17 countries.
Okay.
And we manage development organization from a release and operations perspective for about close to 1,100 developers.
Oh, good.
It's a very big project.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anil reports to me.
Mm-hmm.
I am based out of California actually.
Oh, okay.
So Anil reports to me and he's there in Bangalore. We have people both in Hyderabad and Bangalore office.
Okay.
In Hyderabad, we have it in High Tech City.
Okay.
You know Shilpa Raman, right?
Yes, Shilpa Raman. Yes.
Yeah, if you just come down the Shilpa Raman, we have Oracle campus there. We have 3 buildings there.
Okay.
So in one of the buildings, our team sits there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So another thing, what we are doing in this particular group is basically we have presence in US,
Okay.
India and China.
Okay, China.
Because as I said, our developers are there in 17 countries.
Okay.
So we have to keep it continuously going at all time zones.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yes.
So the role of our team is all the way from planning for a release.
Okay.
We manage all of the code lines, branches. Okay. I know that you have currently got used to Git.
Yes.
We use another code source in Oracle. That's our own stuff, but that is built on top of ClearCase.
Oh, ClearCase. Okay.
Yeah. The reason because is you would have been used to building projects which are generally small in the industry, like Git. Git is okay for small scale products, but here we are talking about 10,000 Java projects.
Okay.
About 45 J2E apps.
Oh, very big project.
It is massive. Okay. So that is how. That's why we use our own source control system based on ClearCase. Okay. Our build system is
Oracle own product, that one?
Yes, it's Oracle own product. Okay. We are built on top of ClearCase.
Yeah, ClearCase. Yes.
Okay. So you will still see the same concept that you have to create a branch, you need to refresh, you need to merge down. All the concepts will remain the same.
We'll talk about because you have the base one is ClearCase, right?
Yes.
Things. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And then our build system is based on Hudson.
Okay, Hudson. Okay, yeah, Hudson. And this Jenkins both are like
correct. Except that Hudson was bought over by Oracle, and Jenkins continued as a fork in open source.
Yes, correct. Some disputes with
we
Oracle
also use Jenkins.
Yeah.
We also use Jenkins for doing the deployment.
Okay.
And
so now you are continuing with Hudson only, or you are using Jenkins as well as?
We are using both.
Both. Oh, okay.
Yeah. In future it may change, but at this point of time, we are using Hudson for our build, and we're using Jenkins for deployment.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, good.
Then, we are using obviously Oracle database as our backend.
Okay, yeah.
And our application server is WebLogic server.
Yeah, all are Oracle products only.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Right? And just to give you an idea, the product which we support is used by thousands of customers for HCM.
Okay.
So what is an HCM product? Are you aware of what HCM product is?
HCM?
Yeah, Human Capital Management.
Yeah. I have aware, but I am not much on that. HCM module, I know that.
So today you are interviewing for Oracle, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
You applied for a job position. Recruiter contacted you. Yes. We are interviewing you. Eventually, we will. If we bring you on board, you will become an employee of Oracle.
Yes. Correct.
Then we have to give you salary, compensation.
Yes.
Every year you will get benefits.
Yes.
We'll do performance appraisal.
Yes.
In future you will get promoted.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So all of that product is called as Human Capital Management.
Okay.
From the time the person interviews a company, till the person leaves the company, including all his service records, is all part of Human Capital Management. Okay. So at the end of every month, you need to be getting paid, right? Is that correct?
Definitely.
You need a payroll product.
Yes.
So all of this is part of Human Capital Management. It's an HR software.
Okay.
And 99% of our customers are on cloud.
Yes.
Okay.
So HCM. So you are providing means you are developing HCM services for other vendors.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
And this is part of our cloud strategy.
Okay.
We don't have on-premise product.
Okay.
It is completely on cloud.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So from roles and responsibility, what we are looking for this person to join on board is they have to be okay to work either in the Bangalore or the Hyderabad office. But eventually, once we select the person, we will tell them the location. That will be the home location. But they may need to travel a little bit. If you're in Hyderabad office, once in a while I might ask you to go to Bangalore office for a couple of days and come and things like that.
Yeah, no problem for me. It's already I'm in current Bangalore location and Hyderabad also I'm very familiar. No problem for me.
Okay, perfect. The way our product is structured, our group is structured, is as I said, we have team members in all the 3 time zones. The main goal for our product, for our group will be, we are responsible for managing all the branches. We are responsible for the builds. If the build breaks, we need to follow up and get the fixes in.
Yes.
And then we are also responsible for deployment. So this is all fine.
So here I have one question.
Yeah.
So for deployment, what tool you are using? Like suppose I have
we use Jenkins only. We use Jenkins, but the internal deployment is based on a bunch of WLST commands.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So we are such a large product, right? We can't simply allow anybody to use any scripts.
Yes.
So we mask it with a group of commands, basically. Right? And internally we can go and add some more stuff, whatever we want and things like that. We have a framework for deployment. We use that framework for doing the deployment.
I have worked on like Ansible and Urban Code Deploy. These the tools I have used for deployment purpose.
We will talk about Ansible a little bit later as part of the interview. So I just want to give you a good idea of what we are doing actually, so that you know like what you will do basically. So what we have done is, if you see, like our goal is to deliver a new product with features every quarter. So for delivering, remember, I mean, when I'm delivering a product here, I'm not delivering for one customer.
Okay.
I'm delivering to thousands of customers one shot.
Okay.
So it has to be absolutely clean and it has to work. There are no chance for failure here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how do we do that? We have targets to do monthly merge downs.
Okay.
Okay. So assume in the industry you have something called a dev stage and a prod branch.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So we use similar fundamentals.
Yeah, I'm
that
also
you
following
assume that there will be a dev, stage, and a prod.
Yes. Even
Okay?
I'm also following same three dev environments. Dev.
Yeah. So that means nobody will be allowed to merge to prod directly unless it is a complete blocker.
Yes. Definitely.
They do the testing. They do all the code merges on dev.
Then
a lot of testing will happen. Then it will move to stage.
Then
a lot of testing will happen. QA will do a lot of certification. People will push all the bug fixes.
Yes.
It will go through the recertification, and you merge down to gold.
Correct.
Our target to merge down to gold is every month.
Okay.
Okay. So if you ask, our sprint cycle is 1 month.
Oh, 1 month, not 2 weeks?
No.
The
way it works is 2 weeks for development.
Okay.
1 week for QA testing.
Okay.
1 week for release and operations to do the merge down.
Oh, okay.
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 The reason is when we do our merge down, we also have to do some lot of analysis.
Okay.
We have to run a lot of tools to find out whether that code quality is good or not, because everything we have automated it.
Okay. So this code quality and all, are you using any SonarQube or any Oracle product?
Not SonarQube. We have other tools which we have bought from the industry. There's something called Fortinet which does the security analysis.
Okay.
We have other scanners which does the static code analysis.
Okay.
So there are a lot of other industry tools. We use those actually.
Okay.
So at the end of each month, you have to commit to our production branch.
Okay.
Now you do month 1, you do month 2, you do month 3, and at the end of month 3, ready for the customer.
Okay. Every 3 months, so every quarterly we are releasing?
Quarterly feature releases.
Okay.
Now, let us say you have delivered to a customer this particular quarter, but the customer may need some bug fixes on each month basis.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, any feedback?
Any bug fixes.
Change request.
Yeah. So for that, we have a different branch by quarter. All the bug fixes, which you give on a monthly basis to the customer as bug fixes, will go into that maintenance branch. And whatever you put in the maintenance branch, you need to make sure it will be put in dev and stage 2, so that it will go into the next month commit to the product. Got it? So like this, we have multiple branches to manage, and we have written a lot of tools to find out whether the developer has merged in all the necessary branches and things like that. See, just imagine if 1,500 people are going to be coding.
Yes.
You can't be manually inspecting every single transaction.
Yes,
correct?
It's not possible.
So we have written a lot of tools for it. Okay. So this is from a branching perspective. Do you have any questions on branching, like what we are doing?
No. Right now we are doing like 3 steps. What are the environments we said, the dev, staging, and the production. Same way we are also following, but we are maintaining only the 2 branches, the dev and master branches. Dev, all the developers will connect to the dev directly, and will merging into the master, the Devops.
Correct. Yeah. Now let's talk about environment perspective. Okay. Now we want to support QA environments for the dev branch. We want to support the QA environments for the stage branch. We also want to support the environments, QA environments for prod branch. Okay. So we are supporting at least 3 environments for each of those branches. Okay. Then once we release the product at the end of each quarter, we also create we create a maintenance branch. Correct? When the developer merges the bug fixes, for the transactions what developers are merging, the patches will get generated for it.
Okay.
Now, individually, those patches have to be applied for QA to certify before the patch gets released to the customer.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Correct?
Yes, yes. Definitely.
So for that, for maintenance branches, also we have environments. We need to patch those environments too.
Okay.
Okay? So at any given point of time, we are roughly looking at about 6 to 10 environments at all times.
Yes, correct.
Okay? Because where you are in the cycle for that particular month, certain environments will be active, certain weeks, certain environments will be active, and things like that.
Okay.
So you got the big picture?
Yes, yes, I got.
Okay. Now, I don't know, like in the place where you are currently working, how many tables you have, right? Yes. See, one of the things you may have always worked is, you are always working in the middle tier code, like Java code deployment.
Yes, Java code only. Yes.
What do you do for your backend code changes? Like it could be SQL scripts, new tables will be created, new views will be created. Most of the places where you'll be working, you will have a DBA to handle that.
Yes, definitely. That's what I'm supposed to give answer. Like, see, for that one, dedicated DBA guys are there. Everything they will take care of.
Correct. No, in our team, we take care of all of those.
Okay. As a DevOps engineer?
Yes. Okay. We need to own the end-to-end deployment, whether it's database or middle tier or SOA or Beeple or whatever it is.
Okay.
100% is owned by my team.
Oh, good, good.
Okay. Now, you might ask a question. Hey, you're doing Java deployment, you're doing backend, how do you do it? We have built a framework for that. Automatically based on the file type, it knows what to do.
Oh, okay. If it is suppose that
if it is a SQL, if it is a SQL, my framework knows that it has to apply to the database.
Oh.
If it is a jar, my framework knows that it has to just copy and bounce the server.
Oh, great frameworks we have developed.
Yeah. Okay. So when the developer merges a code, he doesn't care whether which part of the tech stack it is. Hey, for this functionality to work, I need all these files. I have made a backend code change. I have made a Java code change. I have made a UI code change. He will not tell, you can't keep asking like 1,000 developers what kind of changes they have done. We should automatically detect that. Okay. So we own the entire piece of it. There is no DBA here, basically. We do the deployment of all the middle tier as well as the backend. Okay. Then, if you want to do install test, if you have like 5,000 database objects, is it trivial to sit and do the install test? No. It's complicated.
Yes, correct.
We have written our own framework for that. Where you give a label, it will do a black box testing for you. It will install everything and it will tell you that these are the results of the install testing.
So what about this Java? Developers are writing the JUnit test cases or anything you are?
Yes, we also have JUnit test cases. We use JUnits basically.
Okay.
Not only JUnits, we also have PL SQL DB unit also.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware of that one, but I know JUnit test cases and that.
Yeah, JUnit is for Java.
Yes.
We have DB unit for database.
Oh, DB unit for database. So those things are all developed by the developers or any separate SQL developers?
No. Developers will write that, but we will provide the framework for them to check in the code and we will call them.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Then, as a developer, before merging the code, we want them to run some tools.
Okay.
My team is also owner of some of the tools like that. We have written a lot of tools where the developer will use it before committing the code.
Okay.
Those tools have been written using Shell, Python, Perl, different combinations of it we have written.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Effectively, my team manages the whole of the release and operations for the engineering organization of a team size of about 1,000 people.
Oh, very big team.
Okay. So do you have any questions on the kind of work what you will do, like what this team is doing?
No, everything you have explained me. Okay. Okay, it's good actually.
Okay. So that's why I wanted to take like 10 minutes, give you a good idea
That is actually
like what
really
it is
very
because
good.
it's important.
Really helpful for me. Whatever the big
Okay.
and you are looking also from my side.
Yeah. So Saida, now let's learn from your side.
Okay.
So what I explained to you, does it sound interesting for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Sure. And this is very interesting to me, like because see, already I have worked on already general availability tools like in market and maybe this, but you people are more on working on the customized tools on base tools. See, suppose you said
Correct.
already you worked on like
Correct.
right all the customized tools. Right? I would like to work on like that tools.
Sure. And remember, we are doing large-scale operations here. We are not doing for one
right.
project.
I saw you said already 1,000 members are working and reporting to you.
Correct. So, Saida, a couple of things. Let's learn from your side.
Okay.
Why is that you're looking for a change? Because I see that in your resume, you're currently working for Sapient, and I think one of your client is Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yes.
And you've been in that project for about 2 years now, correct?
Yes, 2 years.
So why are you looking for a change?
Not much. Just I want to learn new things. If I in the same company, maybe it's same task they are giving, just everything and just my better prospects. I want to career my growth in my these things, those things. And right now I'm working as a contractor, so that one also I want to. I'm looking for permanent this one.
Okay. So you're telling contractor versus full-time employment. That's the other thing which you're looking for.
Yes.
See, the reason why I asked you that is, after, let's say I get you on board to Oracle, after 3 years, you might say the same thing. Hey, I'm doing the same thing for 3 years. Does it mean that you'll quit Oracle at that time?
Not that is the main reason, but the permanent role I'm looking.
You're looking for permanent role, okay. What is the salary you are expecting actually?
I'm expecting 30%. My current cities is 5.2 lakhs per annum.
Okay.
30% expecting.
5.2 CTC, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So one more thing, Saida, I just want to give you a heads up. So this salary question, you're okay to answer me, Anil, and somebody who will call from the HR department. But we'll also do a couple of technical rounds for you from our team. Other engineers will call you, and the senior engineers, principal engineers will call you and talk to you. Okay.
No problem.
So for them, there is no need to discuss the salary.
Okay.
It is okay to discuss the salary with me, Anil, and somebody who calls from the HR department.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Okay. So because I just want, in case if somebody asks, you can say that politely. You can say that I have currently discussed these salary details with Anil and Srinivas. You can tell like that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I understood this because we should not reveal with that colleagues and because I know these things.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
Understood.
All right. So, Saida, let's talk a little bit about your project, what you have done, and then do you have another 20-30 minutes?
No problem.
Because I think we already took like 20 minutes actually.
No problem. 20 minutes, no problem. We can continue.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about your current role, what you are doing in the Bed Bath and Beyond project? Tell me everything like what you do on a daily basis on that particular project for like first 5 minutes. And then you also explain to me what tools you have written from scratch for Bed Bath and Beyond, or like what tools have you modified actually in your role of working there for 2 years. Go ahead, please.
Sure. See, first, as of my in this IT experience as a Devops engineer, I have mainly worked on GitHub repository and the like build tools like Ant and Maven, and the code quality tools like Sonar Cube and Sonar Scanner, these things, and the continuous integration tool as I have worked as Jenkins, and the deployment tools like Urban Code Deploy and Ansible, and Tomcat we have used for these things. And
So for
then the
deployment,
monitor.
you used Ansible. That's what you're saying.
Yes, Ansible. And for
Okay.
the monitoring tools, I have used the New Relic tool. This thing. And
Okay.
come to my daily roles and responsibilities, like for initially for starting onboarding this new project into this assigned to this project from scratch. I have configured all the jobs for like Jenkins jobs, integrated this builder tools Ant and Maven with this Jenkins, and integrated that SonarQube with Jenkins continuous integration tool. And I have created the each job for each environment and configured that in GitHub repository with Jenkins job. And for a dev environment, we have created one job in the Jenkins. Okay, and everything mail and I have installed all the necessary plugins in the Jenkins, and we have configured mail configuration. Everything we have configured. Okay, for like that, I have newly onboarded this new project. I have done all the installed all these things and configured, and I have set the class path or everything I have done from scratch for this project. After that, we have I have supported for other projects already implemented these configurations and all. For that time, if any like build issues, suppose some any permissions is some any the dependencies just are missing, I'm fixing those things. Suppose any weekend server maintenance, sometimes the server teams forget to start the sonar key and all. If any build issues, I'm fixing those things and all. So,
Okay.
and apart from this one, if any, suppose in the development team, some developers are coming and going. So that time, I have created the organizations in the GitHub repository and created the teams. If any new member is joining, new member is onboarding into that particular team, I am providing the access to that team. These are the my mainly.
Okay. So, in terms of, you said like you have written some new tasks in Jenkins, right?
Yes.
So, like, what can you explain one of the job what you have written from scratch in Jenkins actually?
Sure. Returning nothing but like configuring, going to see as soon as you log in into the Jenkins, any of the continuous. Right now, I am working on Jenkins as the continuous integration tool. As soon as log in into the Jenkins dashboard, you will see like left side one new item. Click on that one. Provide the job, whatever the job name. Like suppose I am doing for a dev environment, the project name and bedbot and hyphen dev. I have provided the job name as like that, and there I am giving the description about that one and discard build. Suppose I want to maintain only the last five successful builds like that, and I'm providing that GitHub repository URL with the credentials, whatever the suppose if any SSH key generation, I will select that one based on whatever the connection type you are putting that one, it will take that one, and after that I'm whether if it is initially we have done like a freestyle project and Maven projects like this. After that we have right now we are using like pipeline and multi-branch pipeline advanced concepts we are using. So initially we have used the freestyle project and
so you are currently using a pipeline, sir?
Yeah, pipeline and multi-branch pipeline also. Multi-branch pipeline is very useful if you are suppose more developers are working and each developer having their own branches. Like suppose 50 developers are in one project, they are they are using their own branches. So in one repository, suppose 50 branches are there. So I want to do the build for 50 branches. Okay, independently. Instead of creating 50 jobs in the Jenkins, you can go ahead and use one option is there, multi-branch pipeline. Okay, in the 2.x they have. So if you use that one and give that the repository URL, automatically it indexes all the 50 branches and it will identify that branch names, and with that branch name Jenkins automatically will create the jobs. Okay, we don't want to create
Yeah.
all 50 jobs. Just one job will
Sure.
create and we'll give that repository URL. Automatically, it will indexes all the branch names, and with that branch name, it will create the jobs in the that Jenkins. So for that one, we
Got
have
it.
used the Jenkins file, and we have written some uh, Groovy script in the Jenkins. One file called as Jenkins file, J capital letter R.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay. There we have written some Groovy script. In that Groovy script, that stages is this is first stage is like checkout the code from SCM, the source code management. After that, we are doing the build. Then Sonar Cube is running. After that, deploying using Ansible. After that, it's sending the mail, and we integrated some Slack channels like Slack applications, like team collaboration
Got it.
tools. Team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are the
Yeah,
things.
we also use Slack.
Oh.
But our usage of Slack is slightly different.
Oh.
Yes, we do have Slack in Oracle. We use Slack heavily.
Okay, good. Yeah, we have integrated those Slack with the Jenkins and all. As soon as the build is done successfully or whatever the failure also, is we are sending a notification to that Slack channel. There all the developers team is there and DevOps team also is there.
Got it.
These kind of things I have done.
So I have a question for you on some of the scripting and things like that, what you have done, right?
Sure.
So let us assume, let's take a simple case study and see like how we can do this in Jenkins. Okay. So let us say I have to write a small tool, which I will eventually hook it up in Jenkins.
Okay.
And we have to generate an HTML report out of it. Okay.
Okay.
So assume what we need to do is, every day, you have to run a job that runs at like, let's say 4 a.m. India time.
Okay.
Right? All it does is it will go to the source control, okay, for your main branch or your master branch, and identify basically how many Java files are there, how many SQL files are there, all of those. Because today your developers are committing all of that code.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What I want to know is, from yesterday to today, how many files have got changed from a Java perspective and a SQL perspective. Okay. So let's assume that today you ran that script, and let's say there were 100 Java files and like 20 SQL files. Okay. Tomorrow, let's say 10 new Java files have got added and 2 new SQL files have got added. So assume that today is the baseline. Today is the first day you ran the job. Okay. So today it will tell 100 Java files, 20 SQL files. So tomorrow when it runs, let's say it is 110 Java files and 22 SQL files, right?
Yes.
So then it should say that we had like whatever 10 new Java files and 2 new SQL files.
Yes.
Now the following day, let's say 3 more Java files came into play and 1 more new SQL file. Okay. You need to tell that. And the last one is, let's say 5 Java files got deleted on the 4th day. Right? Because the developers always keep modifying the code. Then they might realize, oh, this I don't need it and things like that. Because they refactor the code and things like that. Right? So if I want to do something like that, I would like to know what is the logic you are going to use, basically. Maybe you can give me you can take like a couple of minutes, think about it, and tell me the logic, how you are going to do it, and what kind of language will you write it? Will you write this in Shell or Python? And you can tell me a little bit high level pseudocode, like how you are going to work on the script. And eventually plugging it in Jenkins is not a big deal, right? It's very easy because in Jenkins you can put the schedule and you can tell where the script is running from and all the stuff, right? But I want to understand like how you are going to go about the problem definition which I gave you, like what will be your logic and how you will work on it. You can take 5 minutes before you answer the question.
Okay. No, first I will explain what I have done for these things and that. Okay. Later we'll this one. See, we have done like for one of the project like that hooks and services we have configured. Okay. As soon as the developer commits, it's automatically trigger the Jenkins and it will do the build for dev environment only. Only the dev environment. Okay. And for some of the projects we have done that like a pool SCM. Okay, so every 5 minutes or yeah, in the GitHub repository, if any changes are done by the developers, automatically it will do the build. Okay, so
Sure.
as soon as the developer commits, it's automatically do the build for dev environment only. Okay,
Sure.
so we can do like that, and for this scheduled build also, suppose each daily ones. If you configure that hooks and services are full SCM, as soon as the developer commits, it will do the build, right? N number of times they have committed, N number of times the build will done for the dev environment. Instead of that one, suppose I don't want to do the deployment. I don't want to the build N number of times. Instead of that, only one time I want to do for each day. So for that one, you can install one plugin schedule. For that one, you can configure like scheduled. Suppose each day 12 o'clock IST India Standard Time I have to run, and I have to get all the changes committed by the developers, and it will do the build. It will integrate and it will do the build, and first it will run the JUnit test cases. If all the JUnit test cases is passed, then it will do the build. After the doing build, it will give the same code to the SonarQube. It will run the SonarQube scanner, and if any issues, it will report. If you see in the for that particular job, once the build is successful, if you go and see in the Jenkins, you will see the recent changes. If you click on that recent changes, what are the files got affected? Okay, and what are the files has modified? You will see all the files list there with the names. Those kind of things I can see. Apart from this,
but I want you to write a script for that. Assume that you have produced a daily label. Okay, daily at end of let's say at 3 o'clock every day in the afternoon.
Okay.
You have 3 o'clock in the morning. You have built a daily label. Okay, from your master branch.
Okay.
Right. Or even let's take a dev branch itself. You have a number of people checking in code all throughout the day. But I want this report every day to come at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. For all the project managers, the mail to come at 4 in the morning, right? So I want you to produce a daily label at 3 in the morning.
Okay.
So now it's fresh out of that, and then your analysis should be on top of that label, basically.
Okay. So for that one, maybe we can write one shell script. What that use git logs. Okay. Each commit where it maintaining the version, right? For each commit, it will maintain one version. In that version, it will maintain what are the updated. So you can write.
Okay, let me simplify the problem for you a little bit.
Okay.
Don't look at a lot of git logs and do the parsing.
Okay.
Can you do a simple find in Unix and come up with some stuff? See, for example, today when you sync your Git, all the files at 3 AM label is available for you on your machine. Correct?
Okay. Yes.
So why don't you think from that perspective? Because everything is locally cached in your view, right? You don't need to parse any git logs actually.
Okay. So that time maybe I can use like a find one command is there, and maybe I can pass whether it is in the current directory or in the whatever the particular directory I will pass with the slash, that absolute path I will pass. If it is suppose I am executing that one in the current directory, I will put the dot. Okay. Find dot. Maybe that path, relative path or whatever the absolute path. Suppose I am using in my shell script and whatever the files that in the current directory. So that time I will use find dot hyphen m time. One option is there, right? M time. Suppose I will put 1. So what it will do? It will find all the files modified exact one day in the current directory, because I put that dot. It will give all the files, right? Suppose if you want to exact file means hyphen type, the type is F. F means if it is a file. If you type D means it will give all the directories which are accessed by last one day.
Okay.
Like that, it will give all
and
the
then
files.
you can write basically some more logic on top of it, and you can store that in the database if you want, because if you want day by day how you are making progress, you can store it in the database, right? Because later you can mine the data.
Yes, definitely. We can do that.
Okay. So now if you want to send an email through the script, or Jenkins. Like let's assume that you wrote a script now, and the script is able to get the data, and maybe the script itself can generate an HTML report, and it can also push it to the web server. Let's assume that all that you have done with the script.
Okay. Definitely.
Now let's come to the Jenkins side of the story, right? On Jenkins, you'll create a brand new task, you'll schedule it, and then you'll put the shell script and all the stuff. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So let's assume that this script can take longer time to run. For example, let's assume that you're monitoring a very huge source tree.
Okay.
On Jenkins, have you utilized the master and slave concept?
Yes, master and slaves. See, why we need to do this master and slaves? Suppose 100 jobs are there. Suppose if you 100 jobs in Jenkins, if you configure all in the master, it is very burden for that one. And it will take some time. Instead of that one, what we have done, we have created the slaves, and some jobs are running in the slaves, and some jobs are in the other slaves, and some jobs are in the master. Like that, we have distributed the work to all these master and slave concepts.
Okay, got it. Okay. Now, since you have master and slave, so let's assume that this will go to one of the slaves. Okay. You can configure the job.
Yeah, we can, while configuring the job, we can restrict the build in this particular node. We can do. We can pass that. Yes.
Correct. So now let's say you have done the configuration.
Okay.
Now at the end of the job, you need to send the email. What kind of plugins in Jenkins have you utilized to send emails?
Editable email notification we have done. Okay, there you have to put that whatever by default it is default recipients are there. Okay, default recipients that whatever the default recipient, it will come from the configure Jenkins, manage Jenkins. In that configure this one, there we can put default, all the DevOps engineer will get that one. So apart from that one, in that project recipient list, we can put all the developers as well as, suppose who are working for that one. Okay, for that one we have used the editable email notification. There you have to put to whom you need to send. Okay, auto reply. What is the default subject? Some default underscore subject. That is one system defined variable provided by the Jenkins. It will give that subject as like a project build number and project name, whatever the job name, and whether it is a success or failure, it will give. And content also. If you have want to in that mail, if you want to like that Jenkins build URL, okay, and whatever the Jenkins domain name, that URL, and the job name, it will give. Apart from that, if you want to attach build log also, we have one thing like attach build log. There by default it is option is like it's do not attach build log. Okay, like that it is there. We have done for some of attaching the builds, and some of we are not attaching. So automatically it will do. For this one, you have to install the editable email plugin.
Correct. Okay. I think that gives us a good idea, like how you are using your Jenkins.
Okay. Before using these things, first we have to configure that SMTP server. That all these things we have to configure in this.
That is given. Without that, it will not work. Because Jenkins again is only a framework. It needs some more underlying bits in it to work.
Yes, correct.
Absolutely. Okay. Let me see if I want to talk a little bit more on the technical capabilities. I'm looking at your resume to see if there's any other questions which I have. Okay, so here is some more questions for you on the environment. What is your backup and recovery strategy for your environments which you're supporting for your development and QA?
So actually we are using Linux Red Hat servers, right? So while procuring that servers, in that package they mentioned we are providing these disaster recovery if any issues. We are maintaining these data centers. Okay, they mentioned all the plan. Okay, so if any issues, if any data recovery, the dedicated Linux support team is there. They are getting. And apart from this, if
Okay,
suppose
got
in
it.
the
So,
suppose
okay, in our team,
okay,
we are responsible for backup and recovery too.
okay.
Everything we do.
Oh, okay. But
So,
while
so I'll tell you
procuring
what I
the
mean by
Linux
that.
servers, they are in the plan, they are in the package, they are mentioning we have the dedicated team, SAN team, backup team. We are
Okay.
supporting this one. Even if you don't
So
want
I'll tell you
also.
the reason why I asked you that.
Okay.
Yesterday,
Okay.
the code quality was good. We were
Okay.
able to successfully deploy.
Okay.
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 And then
Mm.
tomorrow we are doing the deployment again.
Okay.
But this time the code was bad. Everything compiled clean.
Okay.
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 But after deployment,
Okay.
we saw like the application is not coming up.
Okay.
So that means we have to find what the issue is and get it fixed,
Yes.
or roll back to the previous deployment.
Yes. So if you want to roll back, we have the previous build number already whatever
Yes.
we have developed deployed.
Correct.
We have that one, right? So same backup also there because we are putting into the JFrag artifact repository also. Same thing. Okay. So first of all, how we will
So you
debug?
put it in JFrog?
Yes, JFrag artifact. And
Okay.
suppose how we will debug first? First we'll go to the log, see the log files. Okay, what kind of error we are getting? If any memory issues are out of memory issues like that, we'll see those things and we'll approach it to the developers.
Okay, got it. Okay. So now the question for you is, see, when you do the backup and recovery, right, one of the challenge you will always have is, see, every day when you are doing the deployment, who does the deployment of the database changes? So for example, let's say your developer has introduced a new feature for which he has made a change in the data model, like maybe he has introduced a new column in the table.
Yes.
Okay. And then he also has the middle tier code change for that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now, how are you currently coordinating in your job? What is the database change and what is the middle tier change? Because if you are responsible only for the middle tier code, how do you know that the database code has changed?
Yes, we are. See, we have a DB guy. Okay, for each deployment, every 2 weeks, suppose if any big release, we are same whatever 2 weeks once we are deploying. Okay, means two sprints work we are deploying if any major release like features and all. Okay, if any small stories, if any if in the deployment tracker we are mentioning what are the backend code and what are the any DB related code we are doing. If any DB related changes are there, okay, we will involve that DBA guy into the deployment time. Okay, so like that we are coordinating. We are coordinating with the DB guy while deploying. First he will execute that one. Okay, after that immediately we are deploying into that production environment. Everything first we will test it because in the deployment tracker we are maintaining. So what in this release, what is only the backend code is going, or apart from this one is any DB script also modifying. So like that we're in the tracker deployment tracker we are maintaining. If any related to the backend, we will involve that DBA guy into that time. We will schedule one meeting, okay, in that particular time, or we will coordinate, collaborate, and we will deploy the time.
Okay, got it.
And one more thing regarding to backup, we were talking. I forgot to tell you that time. So we are not doing in the server level, but in the Jenkins side. In the Jenkins side, I am doing like one plugin is there, backup plugin. Suppose whatever you have done that configurations, it's keep on install that plugin, backup plugin, and it's every time it will keep on take that backups and it will maintain the configuration which you have done.
Correct. Yes.
I have done those things. But Jenkins level I have done, but server level I didn't done because I didn't get a chance to, and because we have dedicated and while procuring that Linux server, they mentioned we are charging this one. Even if you don't want support also, but they will provide. That is their standard.
So are you currently using Amazon Web Services for all your
No, Amazon, not just like Linux server.
Okay, got it. So. All right. Okay. That takes care of the Jenkins portion of it and the deployment portion of it. Okay. So I'll give you a brief idea like what are the next steps kind. Okay. So my idea of talking to you today was explaining the role, and understanding what your
Really very
expectations
good.
are and all
Really,
that stuff.
you explained me a lot about overall a big picture, what you are looking from my side and what you are doing. Really very good. This thing.
Yeah. Because that's kind of important, right? I mean,
Yes. Really, I didn't get
we need to
from
be clear
anybody this
like what
kind
we
of
are
thing.
doing, because it will give you a good idea like what you are going to get into.
Yes, that is good actually. Good.
Yeah. So I will tell you like what the next steps are, Saida. So that way you be aware of it.
Okay.
So as you know, like Anil had a brief telephonic conversation with you.
Okay.
Today I had another one round of telephonic interview.
Okay.
What I will
And
do
already
is,
I had
you assume that
given one technical round to the Gokul on last week.
Gokul, correct. Yes. Gokul does the initial screening on the technical side.
Okay.
So what we are going to do is,
Okay.
I'll have one more person in the US talk to you tomorrow, your time. Same time, maybe a little bit earlier or around the same time. Like, how about, are you free on Friday morning, or you have to be at work? Do you have some time to talk on Friday morning or afternoon?
This same time also no problem for me. Same time.
Same time, it's a little early in the US. I'm just thinking what might be, how about like Friday morning, 11 a.m. Would it work for you?
Okay,
India
no
time
problem.
Friday?
No problem. Tomorrow only Friday. Now the Thursday evening.
Yeah,
IST now.
it means in less than 12 hours we'll call you, like basically.
Okay.
Kind of a thing.
So,
right? So assume Friday morning 11 a.m. You will get a call, and the person who will call you is Keshav.
Keshav, okay. From India or
it will
US?
be from US he will call.
Okay.
That will be a technical interview. The focus will be on scripting.
Okay.
Okay.
Scripting means either shell script or Groovy. What is?
Yeah. Shell, Groovy, whatever you feel comfortable. But Shell, definitely my team members know Shell because we have done a lot of Shell work basically.
Okay.
So if you have some questions on Shell, like you have some doubts in your mind, you may want to revise that. Basically.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for giving.
So we are going to do one round of Shell or like scripting interview.
Okay.
And after that, if everything we have got positive feedback, we'll ask you to come face to face to the Oracle campus.
Okay. Sure, no problem.
In Bangalore, because you are currently based out of in Bangalore, correct?
Yes, correct.
So we will try to get you into the Bangalore office for a face-to-face, but it will not happen this week, but it will happen after the new year.
Yeah. Actually, Gokul told me it's in January you may get like that, he said, but suddenly surprised today.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct, because until January 2nd, a lot of people are on holiday, and US is also holiday and things like that.
Yes.
So you will be coming face to face after January 2nd for sure.
Okay.
Basically, that's why we are trying to, because for even candidates this is a slow period, right?
Yes.
So we just thought we'll finish off wrapping up the interviews, telephonic one this week.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So currently you assume that you will get a call at 11 a.m. India time on Friday.
11 a.m. IST, right?
If there is a change in that plan, I will send you an email. Whatever you have given one Devops@gmail.com, right?
Correct.
So in the morning when you get up, just check that mail once.
Okay, sure. So that is Thursday end of the day for you, right?
Yes, that's correct. Thursday night US time will be your Friday morning 11 a.m.
Okay. Better to maybe 12 is possible. 11:30 something. 11:30.
11:30, yeah? 11:30 also should be okay.
11:30 IST. Okay, fine, thank you.
So if there is a change in the plan,
you will send a mail.
I will let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Because I want to talk to Keshav to find his availability.
Okay.
And then I will let you know. So currently you keep it as Friday 11:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you. Sure.
Okay. So the next steps will be he will talk, and then we will all group, and we will write our analysis like how you have done, and then we will decide when you need to come face to face to the Bangalore office.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a
lot. So do you have any questions for me?
No. So tomorrow mainly on scripting only, right?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello. Could I speak to Saida Reddy?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, Saida. My name is Srinivas. I'm calling from Oracle, actually.
Yes, Srinivas. Nice to talk.
I think you might have spoken to my team member Anil Nanda from India.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Is it okay time to talk now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Saida. So, just wanted to briefly touch upon this opportunity at Oracle. So, has Anil given you